Dr. L, wishing you all well. Good evening, good rising, good day, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Welcome to Dr. L's Flow. And tonight, I wanted to discuss some superfoods that have powerful benefits. So, some benefits that include anti-tumor, anti-carcinogenic, improve exercise capacity. What else are we talking about? We're talking about things that help improve digestion, things that reduce inflammation, okay? Things that help to fight cancer. Did I say that already? All right, I guess in this day and age, it never hurts to say that enough. Other things that medicinal mushrooms may help out in doing is also boosting cognitive functions. Well, I gave away the secret. I guess it's time to start, all right? So, for those of you who don't know, my name is Dr. Prince L. I'm a doctor of acupuncture and oriental medicine, and for the last 10 years, I've been assisting many of my patients and my customers with helping them make alternative decisions to conventional forms of medicine, all right? Now, it's not to say that, and for the sake of this video, this is not to supersede any supervised medical form of treatments. By all means, definitely, if you are under supervised medical care, consult with your primary care physician, all right? If you are interested in a one-on-one wellness consultation with myself, we can set that at a later date and time. And just in case, for those of you who are not aware, I'm going to just share my website in the comment box there, just so that way in the event that anybody is looking to get a hold of me, feel free to hit that link. It'll take you to my website, book a session. First 30 minutes is on me, all right? Now, with that being said, let me discuss a couple of the medicinal benefits of medicinal mushrooms, okay? Now, I put together a little bit of a top 10 list, but essentially this serves as like the top 3 benefits to the 3 mushrooms that I find the most medicinal value in. And it's not to say that other mushrooms out there are not beneficial. However, these are what I've used in my private professional practice, and in using those mushrooms in my private medical practice, that of holistic healthcare, I've been able to successfully treat such diseases such as lupus. I've successfully treated uterine and ovarian cancers. I've assisted in restoring a prolapsed bladder as well as prolapsed uteruses. I've also assisted in the reduction of multiple sclerosis symptoms and even the presence. I've even successfully helped to lower the CD4, well, excuse me, not lower, but increase the CD4 numbers of HIV patients using this particular formula, all right? Or these particular mushrooms, all right? So with that being said, if you are still interested, please feel free to hit a little heart, just so I know that I got your attention, all right? Definitely hit a like. If you're watching this at a later date and time, please feel free to hit the notifications button wherever the disco button is showing you, okay? Now, the top 3 benefits of my top 3 mushrooms, all right? Number 3 on the list, well, let me start at number 1, because people want to hear what's number 1 first before they go to number 3, right? Everybody wants to know what's pushing number 1 and why is number 1 number 1. So number 1 is reishi mushroom, okay? Reishi mushroom supports healthy liver functions, all right? It is also an antioxidant, all right, and a powerful anti-inflammatory. Now, what this means for liver-related disorders such as high cholesterol, diabetes, which is more of a sugar disorder than anything, that's pancreas being involved, but the liver and pancreas have a strong relationship. More on that at another time, all right? But the benefits of reishi helping to support healthy liver functions means better production and creation of bile, which helps break down essential fats, which may contain vital minerals and vitamins. Okay, now those antioxidants also help to reduce the presence of liver and fat related disorders or degenerative disorders, otherwise known as cancers. All right, diabetes can be one of the underlying signs of a cancer disorder. All right, most cancers are either autoimmune or immunosuppressed. Okay, which brings me to the next benefit of reishi mushroom. Reishi helps to support immunomodulating functions, okay, which means that it will act as a stimulant or as a suppressant, okay. So reishi mushrooms has this, what's been termed and coined, the adaptogenic function of doing whatever it is that your body needs to do. If you are deficient of certain immunobodies, white blood cells, marrow producing substances that support the production of white blood cells, then reishi will stimulate the production of those white blood cells, okay? At the same time, if you are dealing with an autoimmune disorder, which means that your white blood cells are in higher number and are now attacking cells within the body because it cannot determine which cells or tissues are friend from foe, that is where reishi helps to suppress the immune system to also allow it to allow the body to adjust and adapt, which is what survival is, the survival of the best adaptable, okay? The third benefit of reishi mushroom is that it helps to also reduce anxiety and depression, all right? Now, that's also because it increases the stress management capacity of the body, meaning that not only does it help to support healthy liver function, it also helps to support healthy kidney, aka renal function. All right, the kidneys are in control of the adrenal glands. The adrenal glands also secrete adrenaline, hence adrenal gland, right, along with what's called, or publicly known as, the stress hormone, which is cortisol. Cortisol is not so much of a bad thing in low presence, but it's in the excessive secretion of adrenaline, which increases cardiac output or the heart rate, right? Also shuts down digestive function. And so what we're discussing is the kidneys stimulating, or when they are stressed out, the sympathetic nervous system, which is a fight or flight response, which means digestion shuts down, blood flow goes to the eyes, the ears, the muscles, not so much the mouth, because you don't need digestion, you don't need salivation in order to fight or flight or do something else. But again, that is probably for another more adult conversation. Moving right along, reishi, yeah, it helps to support healthy kidney functions as well, reducing stress, reducing the presence of cortisol, and thereby supporting more resilient immune systems, okay? And for this purpose, this is one of the reasons why it's also been used as an anti-cancer alternative, because of that factor, all right? Stress management is extremely important. I can't say it time and time again. Stress management is important when it comes to treating cancer patients, all right? Because if the stressors are high, the digestive system is low, which means you're not eliminating whatever stress hormones are flooding your system, okay? So constipation is a key indicator factor towards cancer of all sorts, okay? Whether it's at the top or at the bottom. All right. Second powerful mushroom, all right, is chaga. Now, chaga mushroom is known as the tree fungus. You'll find it on birchwood trees that grow in northern, colder climates. You can find it in New York. You could even find it in parts of northern Florida. You can find it in other colder regions such as Russia, China, even especially in Canada, all right? But what this mushroom does, this fungus, is like all funguses, it actually absorbs oxygen and eliminates carbon dioxide. So one of the benefits to having chaga ingested into the system is that its properties still act within the system and still encourage more absorption of oxygen, which means that it's going to reduce oxidative stress, which may negatively impact genetic material to improperly code and reproduce, which means improperly coded genetic information will lead to improperly developed or produced cells, which can become tissues, which then can become growths on organs where they're not supposed to be. All right. So chaga as an antioxidant also helps to reduce oxidative stress on genetic material, which will thereby also reduce genetic mutation, aka benign or metastatic cancers. All right. So that's one of the best benefits. All right. And it's also increasing the T lymphocytes that attack, consume, reduce viral presences. All right. Chaga can be used as an antiviral amazingly. All right. It has been scientifically and studies have shown that it helps to reduce the presence, the viral presence of most viruses. All right. It's not to say that it will eliminate or treat a viral disorder. However, it is shown to support healthy immune systems in patients that have been that have come across sexually transmitted infections such as herpes, which can also be a kissing disease, okay, mononucleosis. All right, this is also still within the same family of viruses such as chickenpox. All right, so herpes zoster or herpes simplex, and then you also have herpes, which also develops into shingles later on. So you have herpes in varying stages of human life development. All right, in the youth, you'll see it as chickenpox. In adults, maybe as mono. In elder stages, shingles. All right, which is like real severe nerve irritations on nervous pathways, usually along the neck. All right, people will feel like strong irritation, but that's also to say that the nervous tissue is inflamed. All right, which is another powerful benefit of chaga. Also great at being an anti-inflammatory herb. Okay, it helps to reduce inflammation along the digestive tract. Okay, along with reducing that inflammation along the digestive tract, it also helps to increase or regulate the absorption of serotonin and dopamine, which have an influence and impact on anxiety and depression. So chaga also helps to manage the body's stressors or stress hormone that can trigger anxiety or anxious eating or the absence and abstinence of eating, which can, for all points and purposes, be considered an eating disorder. Okay, anorexia or bulimia can be two types of eating disorders that can accompany anxiety and depression. All right, along with depression, people may feel guilt. All right, so denying themselves food is probably the worst thing that they can do, but it's also a symptom of the disorder. All right, why else would the disorder want the person to eat when lack of nutrition contributes to the presence of the disorder? So let's try eating some superfoods, right? So another strong benefit to chaga mushroom is that it also contains high levels of beta glucan. All right, now beta glucans are fibers that also help to support the generation of white blood cells. Okay, so that also helps to support healthy immune function. With those white blood cells that are also increased, we also have something called the natural killer cell, which is a macrophage. All right, macro meaning large, phage meaning eater. Okay, so it's a big eater, a large eater. All right, and so these large eaters, they attack certain cells that have mutated, right? And by attacking them, they're basically surrounding it like piranhas. Okay, until there's no more meat to be had, no more mutated meat to be had. So your natural killer cells are attacking bad tissues that are developing in the body. And again, chaga helps to increase those particular white blood cells to reduce the presence of tumors, okay? Now, since we're on the discussion of natural killer cells and tumors, I really am excited. I'm always excited to talk about this one medicinal mushroom. And this one medicinal mushroom has been shown to increase exercise capacity. It's also shown to decrease lactic acid production. All right. It is also shown to increase adenosine triphosphate, which is the molecule produced for the energy producing molecule within the mitochondria held within the nucleus of all cells. All right. So not only does it increase or the optimal use and efficiency of oxygen, it also helps to produce healthier energy, and like it also like produces the lag on tissues. So cordyceps, something powerful to take into consideration. The cordyceps mushroom, as its molecule, instead of it producing ATP, it produces an active ingredient or a phytonutrient called cordycepin, and it mimics the ATP molecule. Okay, so even in nature, you have the original form of what's considered a sympathomimetic. All right, sympatho meaning simple or similar, and mimetic meaning mimicker, right, of a substance or an action within the body. So a sympathomimetic is what cordyceps help to act as, where it also helps to synthesize the production or the optimal use of oxygen. All right, so on that note, I'm going to take a nice deep breath so that way I can optimally use the oxygen that I more than likely deprived from long-winded conversation, all right, which comes from disciplined diaphragmatic exercises, aka breath work. I dare you to try to say everything that I just said in one breath, and I'm still speaking out, which only goes to show that my body has found a way to optimize, and I just breathe, optimize the use of the oxygen I'm taking in. All right. And for those of you who do not know, one of the things that also makes cordyceps powerful as being an oxygen optimizer is that viruses, genetic disorders, or genetic mutations cannot thrive in an oxygenated environment. Now, these three mushrooms, reishi, chaga, cordyceps, these three powerful medicinal mushrooms, they do a lot on their own. And for medicinal purposes, I honestly must say that to take these individual mushrooms by themselves, the best way would be to be in what's called a double extraction. Okay, a double extraction is where you use alcohol first to extract certain substances that are alcohol specific, or more like fat kind of specific, because alcohol influences sugar, which when imbibed or ingested, sugars are either used or stored as fats. So it enters the bloodstream a lot faster, and so you'll get a stronger medicinal effect, but it won't last as long as consuming the mushroom, which means that you allow your digestive system to work on these cellular tissues to extract all the full spectrum of the herb. All right. So again, like if you're looking for medicine, double extracted tinctures. However, if you're looking for something that is medicine and maybe a little bit more, right, which helps you adjust your dietary habits, then my recommendation is to let your food be thy medicine. Okay, so consuming these mushrooms, reishi mushroom, chaga mushroom, cordyceps mushrooms, require a lot of digestive acids. All right, which means that your stomach's got to be proper and right in order to digest, break down, aka metabolize the substances that are contained within the fiber, which means you need to chew it up really well, right? Along with chewing it really well, You could also just put it into some hot water or add it to some coffee, in which case you have options that exist out there like that. In fact, you could always get one of my bags of coffee and then add those individual mushrooms to that coffee, because that hot water is going to be a single form of extraction, but it's still going to help you absorb those water soluble substances from out of the herb, all right, out of the mushroom, right? Or you can also add to your hot teas and coffees and broths and soups and stews other foods or substances that are enzyme rich, which will help to break down the beta glucan rich fibers of these medicinal mushrooms, so that way your body can actually not only extract what it needs from those mushrooms, but also use those substances in a much more organic function and form. All right. So foods that you could also consume or add your mushrooms to would be for reishi and for chaga. My recommendation for foods that will break down reishi and chaga are going to be papaya and green apple. All right, papaya and green apple will strongly help to break down the fibers of both reishi mushroom and chaga. And when you look at both reishi and chaga mushroom, they have two things in common. All right, both reishi and chaga. Reishi, number one, grows at the base of a tree. All right, it's a dense, beautiful red, burgundy with like vanilla streaks that line its top. It's a beautiful red, but it's very bitter, and it also is very strong because the tree that it's growing with, all right, that it has its symbiotic relationship with, right? Because again, mushrooms absorb oxygen and they exhaust carbon dioxide, so you have that symbiotic relationship with the tree and the mushroom. We're talking about smart foods, and when we're talking about smart foods, if your food is consuming or sharing a relationship with other plants, you want that food in your body, okay? The meat that some people eat doesn't eat meat. And when they look at alpha predators who consume meat, they consume the digestive organs, where that animal that doesn't eat meat is storing its plant-based diet, okay? So, something for us all to consider about. But I digress, right? You can add chaga and reishi mushroom to foods like pineapple, kiwi, green apple, and papaya, okay? Again, those foods, those citrusy foods, that citric acid, which is important to what's called the TCA, the tricyclic acid cycle, is extremely important to cellular activity. And that's one of the reasons why you'll see citric acid added as an electrolyte to most of your electrolyte drinks, okay? They're using lime and lemon as the best sources of citric acid, along with other potent minerals and salts and sugars and electrical substances, conductive act. It's magnificent how plants and human beings are designed to just interact with each other. It's a beautiful thing. Just like mushrooms, people exhaust carbon dioxide and we absorb oxygen. So if you can't get some mushrooms, maybe you go hug a tree, literally, okay? And you exhaust all your woes onto the tree, and you can cry a river, and that water will also help to nourish the tree too. But your carbon dioxide in the form of your woes will help the tree grow, which will give you more oxygen, which will reduce your oxidative stress and thereby elevate and enhance your well-being. So, other things that you can also add, again, like with those citrusy foods, are going to be, and you're going to love this, bromelain from pineapple. Bromelain is a powerful antiseptic, which means that if you're concerned about, where your mushrooms have grown, right? Like whether or not it contains any kind of any type of microbial. Well, bromelain also acts as a antimicrobial. It means it reduces the presence of microorganisms, okay? And you get the bromelain from the core of the pineapple, all right? Yeah, I don't like that motion either. My apologies, all right? So you can use the bromelain to help provide or act as an enzyme and an antiseptic to also clean your dense cellular fibers from your medicinal mushrooms, okay? Cordyceps are also they're also beta glucan rich, all right? Even if they're low on the index, they're still talking about dense plant fibers, which contain B vitamins, okay? So you're also getting B vitamins in these medicinal mushrooms. And so, again, it helps to add vitamin C to help break down beta glucan, all right, and also help your body to better absorb it and make it a much more usable form of energy, okay? So if you're going to consume cordyceps, just be sure to have it with a glass of OJ or a glass of mango juice. It's mango season in Miami. Mango in Miami. Abenido, ami. Okay? So, but stay out of my mango tree. There's plenty of mangoes all around Coconut Grove. I'm letting you know where they at, If you make some mango chutney, please let me know, okay? And if you need some turmeric for your mango chutney, please let me know. I got some good stuff for you. But if you're also looking for a medicinal mushroom, please also let me know by visiting the link that I supplied in the comment section earlier. You're also going to find that link later on YouTube, on IGTV. You're going to find bits and pieces of this even on TikTok, where I don't dance. All I do is this. All I do is this. All I do is this. Okay? Got to keep a little bit of swagger in the white coat. You know what I'm saying? Docs with locks. Long hair, we care. We care. Long hair, and I care. All right? So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking for, you could consume these medicinal mushrooms individually, or you can consume them in combination in a supplement like, shameless plug, Dr. L's 3 Fungi's. Why 3 Fungi's? Because I'm a wild, wacky, and crazy guy. Hey, pop my collar. Okay, so I've used this formula, and I partnered with Turmeric Team to formulate this particular medicinal capsule. Not only has it helped me successfully treat lupus, successfully treat various forms of cancer, it's also helped me support many immune systems. So far, I'm counting 50 immune systems, and the numbers are going up daily. All right, the product's only been on the market for a very short time, since October. All right, that's when this baby was born. All right. However, if you are looking for an organic, natural source of medicinal mushrooms, I hope that you choose me, because this formula is already made to operate with your body the best way possible. Again, you've heard the benefits of these medicinal mushrooms: reishi, adaptogenic; chaga, adaptogenic; cordyceps, adaptogenic, all of which help to support healthy physical response and resiliency to physical stress. Also increase stamina to physical stress. Also help reduce the effects of physical stress on the mental, emotional, aka psychosomatic body, okay, which affects the limbic system. Again, limbic is emotional. Emotions influence the way the body is producing neurotransmitters and other hormones, which are all being either absorbed, stagnated, digested, or eliminated in the digestive tract. Okay, ladies and gentlemen? So if you're looking for all-in-one, I hope you know you came to the right one. All right. If you're looking for other sources of, hey, like Dr. L, I need, can you tell me about this? Feel free to send me a DM, or please just go into my website. That's probably the best way to get in contact with me. www.drprincel.com, where I'm also right now conducting a 31-day detox protocol and e-learning course. Until July 1st, this e-learning course will be free. But July 1st at midnight, at 11:59, p.m., All right, 23:59, 11:59 p.m. July 1st. That e-course will no longer be free. It will be going on sale. So jump on it, all right? I got some other great things on there. Let me know what your thoughts are. Get in contact with me. I appreciate your time and your attention, most importantly. And if this video gave you any value, please be sure to hit the like button. Please be sure to give it a heart. Please be sure to turn on your notifications. Please be sure to leave a comment. Share it in your stories. Anything to help my brothers and sisters like myself of the holistic healthcare profession. Share more knowledge-based resources to help people avoid the knife, avoid pharmaceutical side effect-ridden drugs, all right, over long-term use. Sometimes they got to use it. Gonna give these guys their credit, give them their due, right? Not for long-term, because we know that it's not good for long-term. But let's reduce the dependency on those long-term pharmaceutical drugs and show people how to use food as medicine, which is the one thing that we're not doing right now currently in the allopathic medical community. All right. I'm not necessarily part of that community, but you know, they're colleagues. And so I'm showing love across the aisle, hoping that they show love back. You know, as they say in certain environments, if you show your environment love, your environment shows you love back. And I'm reminded of a young street prophet who once said, if you show the hood love, the hood shows love back. So from the roots to the roofs, hit up your man, Dr. Princell, Doctor of Acupuncture and Oriental Medicine, signing off. Peace and love. I'm not throwing up gang signs, okay? It's peace and love. Peace.